Alright, lately I've been getting a bunch of comments saying old COD Zombies is better and modern zombies sucks. So today I'm going to be defending modern zombies with 5 things it does better than classic zombies. And I don't think anyone can argue with number 1. Number 5. This is the one that nobody wants to admit. Go play the BO2 ports right now and tell me the movement feels good. Oh wait, you can't slide, you can't mantle, the weapon handling is stiff, the animations are clunky, you feel like you're controlling a fridge on wheels. Then you load up BO6 or BO7 and everything is smooth. Sliding around corners, mantling over obstacles, the gun feels responsive and punchy. And it's not just the movement. The ping system so you can mark things for teammates, the ammo crate so you don't have to pray for max ammo, the armor station giving you another layer of survivability, weapon rarity that makes early round guns viable longer, choosing your own ammo mods instead of random RNG. These quality of life improvements don't get talked about enough because they're not flashy. Nobody makes a video saying mantling is really cool, but go back to a game without these features and you immediately feel the difference. Modern zombies feel like a modern game. Classic zombies feel like 2008, and it should because it is 2008. But let's stop pretending these older systems are better just because we grew up with them. Number 4. This is something BO6 and BO7 nailed that I don't think gets enough credit. In classic zombies, you play as the dedicated crew, no choice, and not even a choice to pick what dedicated crew member you get to do. But in Cold War and Vanguard, you play as whatever operator you bought, full choice, but no dedicated crew, which meant Ghostface showing up in cutscenes completely took me out of the experience, for example. But I do think BO6 and BO7 found the perfect middle ground. There is a dedicated crew. Weaver, Gray, Carver, Maya, and BO6, and then the OG squad in BO7. They show up in every cutscene, the story is about them, but during gameplay you can play as whoever you want. You can play as Beavis and Butthead, whatever skin you buy. It doesn't matter because the cutscenes use the real crew. That's the best of both worlds. You get the story and personality of a dedicated crew and the freedom to play as whatever your favorite operator is. Classic zombies didn't give you that choice. Cold War gave you too much of a choice and sacrificed the story. Modern zombies found the balance. Number 3. I know people love the classic Ether story. Richtofen's grand plan, the teleporter, Group 935, the MPD on Moon. That storyline is iconic, but let's be honest about how it was told. In World at War and BO1, the story was mainly hidden in radios that 90% of players never found. You had to actively seek out lore through audio logs, ciphers, and timeline documents that require a PhD to understand. BO7 tells its story through actual cinematic cutscenes with motion capture, voice acting, and emotional character moments. And for the first time ever, BO7 will have all of its cutscenes be through motion capture. That is the first time we've actually had that for every single map. You don't need to watch a 3-hour long YouTube video to understand what's happening. The story is presented to you through the gameplay experience. The Totenreich, Richthofen lore, the Kaukuja Tom King tribute, and Takio's family history. These are general emotional moments that hit because the game shows you the story instead of hiding it in a radio behind a bookshelf. They needed a knife 3 times while crouching. I love the ethers, but the way modern zombies tells its story is objectively better. The classic games have had great lore. Modern games have great storytelling. There is a difference. Number 2. Before Cold War, there are only 2 ways to end a zombies game. Die or quit. That's it. You either get overwhelmed and bleed out, or you dash. For over a decade, that was the only option. Then Cold War introduced exfil, and it changed everything. You called in a chopper, survive a final intense wave, and leave alive with bonus rewards. It's simple, but it solves a massive problem. Now you can end a game on your turn. You had a great run, you're satisfied, you exfil, and you keep XP and gets a little bit more reward. No more choosing between dying on purpose or quitting. I talked about this in my best and worst features video because it's generally one of the best additions to the mode. It respects the player's time. You don't always have to play 3 hours to play until you die around 50. Sometimes you have 45 minutes to play and you want to play 20 rounds and leave with something to show. Exfil lets you do that. And the exfil itself, it's fun. The final wave where everything comes at you is intense, or in BO7 where you have to defeat an elite enemy. It's like a little mini boss fight at the end of every game. Whether it's the Cold War chopper or BO7's telephone box, the concept works and I can't imagine zombies without it now. Going back to BO2 or BO3 where the only option is death feels wrong. Number 1. Soloable Easter eggs has got to be the single most important improvement modern zombies has made, and it's personal for me. I play 90% solo. I've never completed an Easter egg in co-op. In BO1, Shangri-La requires 4 players. Moon's full completion requires 4 players. Most BO1 and BO2 Easter eggs requires the 2 to 4 players to complete. That means I am locked out of some of the most iconic moments in zombies history because I don't have 3 friends available at the same time who also knows the steps. Think about that. The biggest, most rewarding experiences in classic zombies zombies are gated behind having a full squad. If you're a solo player, you just don't get to experience those moments. Modern Zombie fixes this completely. Every single Easter egg from Cold War onward is soloable. Every boss fight, every cutscene, every reward, all accessible to a player sitting alone in their room at 2 a.m. That's not a small change. That's the difference between experiencing 50% of the game and experiencing 100% of the game. I've beaten every single BO6 and BO7 Easter egg solo. I've seen every cutscene, I've fought every boss. If these games have 4-player requirements like BO1, I would have missed all that. Solo players deserve to experience everything Zombies has to offer. Modern Zombies understood that. Classic Zombies don't. And for that reason alone, soloable Easter eggs is the single best thing modern COD Zombies has gotten right. Look, I'm not saying Modern Zombies is perfect. I made videos about what it gets wrong. The monetization issues, the map content depth, all that. But these 5 things, the movement improvement, the crew and operator balance, better storytelling, exfil, and soloable Easter eggs have made the mode generally better than what it was in the classic era. And I think if people stop comparing classic to modern Zombies, I feel like they would agree. BO1 and BO2 are great games. I'm not saying that. It's just I wish people would give Modern Zombies a chance. Modern Zombies is better in ways that matter, and Modern Zombies is worse in ways that matter as well. Each games have their ups and downs. Let me know in the comments which improvement matters most to you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.